What is going on, guys? Tobin.short here of Heroes Financial Group, coming back at you with another video. I know it's been some time since I released one, right? Going over the holiday break, and then also I've just been madly busy. Now that's not really much of an excuse, but whatever. All right, I digress. Let's continue on. All right. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 3 tax buckets. We're going to discuss the 3 different ways your money actually grows, and then the 3 different ways that your money gets taxed. Right, and of course, with that, we're going to be talking about how you can avoid these taxes and the losses associated with them, right? And find the best way for you to grow your money, right? Preferably tax-free. Now we're going to go over that. All right, so tax bucket number 1. So tax bucket number 1 consists of that's your tax now bucket, right? Tax now bucket. So this is anything that's going to be getting that you're going to be getting a 1099 for, right? Of course, if you're getting a regular paycheck and you work as a W-2 worker, right, your salary, your monthly salary, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever, that's normally taxed right before you actually get that paycheck already, right? So that's a tax now bucket. It's being taxed already before you get it into your checking or savings account, okay? Anything you're getting a 1099 for, right? Your savings account, your certificates of deposit, CDs, and if your stock market, your brokerage accounts, right? So those are all going to get taxed later at the end of the year, right? When it comes time for tax season, okay, you're going to get a 1099 for those, and you're going to have your statements of like gains and losses, and then you're going to have to pay your taxes on those later when you file your taxes. Okay, so those are the things that get taxed now. Now, is this bucket, the tax now bucket, the ideal place to put your money in? Right? Is that the ideal spot to park your cash, your hard-earned money into, right? Well, I mean, when you consider just looking at the bank account and the CDs, they are safe, right? They're a safe spot to put your money in, right? But how's the growth in there, right? Other than you, of course, stuffing your money in there when you can, paying yourself, right? When you're doing that, other than that, is the growth really worth it? Is it worth it to put your money in there, right? Is it doing anything for you, right? How much is your savings account giving you? How much are your CDs giving you, right? Your certificates of deposit, right? So those typically give you a higher rate of return, right? But I mean, it's still hardly any. Now, when you talk about your brokerage account and stock market, right? Is it safe there? What does the stock market do, right? It's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down, right? So the safety there, it's not, as far as the stock market goes, it's really not as safe. The higher your risk, of course, the greater the reward, but also the greater possibility of losses, right? So you can grow plenty of money there, but hey, again, you're going to get taxed on that, right? Again, it's taxed now, okay? So what's good about this bucket? Right, what's good? The safety of the bank and the CDs, right? And then of course it's liquid. That money is more convenient when it's in there because it's liquid and you can use it for whatever, right away, just like that, right? Because you got your debit card or whatever, you can do drafts, wire transfers, whatever it may be. Now the second tax bucket. Second tax bucket is your tax deferred bucket, okay, or your tax later bucket. Right, so what's in this bucket? These are things like your 401ks, 403bs, 457bs, and your individual retirement accounts, IRAs, right? And then of course for the military, right? Former military, former Navy, we had the Thrift Savings Plan, your TSP, okay? When they also added the Roth IRA into that as well, right? And I'm going to talk about that later on in this video. But your TSP, right, is tax deferred. Okay, what's good and bad about this bucket, right? So let's go over the good. Okay, let's go over the good. I mean, this is arguable, but I guess it's being advertised that it's a good thing that you're putting money away into these accounts before they're taxed, right? Because hey, it's a larger amount and it's being invested right into the stock market. So again, it's arguable that this is a good thing because you have that high risk, possible high rewards, right? But then possible high losses. All right, but So again, it's tax deferred, and you're putting the pre-tax money in there. Okay. Now, the bad things about these, right? So it's not very liquid, right? It's not liquid. You have to wait until you're 59 and a half to take out your distributions, right? And if you don't qualify for any exceptions, and you need to take the money out earlier, you're gonna get penalized, extra taxes withheld, and that's just ridiculous. All right, so there's that. Now what else? Of course, I already mentioned the ups and downs of the stock market, because these are just really stock market accounts, right? Your money is just invested in the stock market, okay? And it's a vehicle for growth, right? So you can have those losses. Now, what else? What else is there? So you with the taxes, with the taxes on these, do you think that taxes are going to be lower, stay the same? Or do you think they're going to be higher as time goes on? Right? Answer that question, right? Do you think it's going to be lower, stay the same, or it's going to be higher? Okay, let's take the new president now, President Biden. He just took office, and you guys know, I'm sure everyone knows, that his plan was to raise taxes and get rid of the Trump tax cuts, right? He was going to get rid of that. So, of course, where are taxes going to go? They're going to go up, right? So now you have all of this money in your tax-deferred plans, your tax-deferred accounts, and by the time you are retiring and you're about 60 and you can take money out, how much money are you actually going to be able to take out and not have to give to Uncle Sam, right? Now, another thing, okay? So there's that. A lot of people are mistakenly, I guess, I don't know if they're mistakenly told, or they just think that they're going to be in lower tax brackets when they're older, because they're going to be retired and not making any money, right? Not having any real income coming in. But it's the exact opposite, right? You have less deductions, right? Because hey, if you had kids before, right, dependent children, now they are older and they're taking care of themselves. So now you don't have those credits, you don't have those deductions, right? If you had a mortgage, you had a loan for that, and you were taking that as a deduction, that's probably gone, because, I mean, hopefully at this point you've already paid off that loan, right? Or maybe you don't have it at all, maybe you just moved out the house and now living in an apartment or something, right? So you actually, typically you're going to have less deductions, and your tax rates are going to be higher, right? Even if they were to stay where they are right now, and you were retiring today, you would be taxed more on your 401k or whatever tax deferred account you have. Okay? So yeah, there's that. All right, the third tax bucket. This is the tax never or tax advantage or tax free bucket. All right, this is the one that I love talking about, right? Because hey, this is where you're going to have the most money available to you in your retirement, right? And in your benefits. So what's in this bucket? So it's two things, really, right? Really just two things. So the Roth IRA, okay? The Roth IRA, right? They create that financial product, to give people that advantage of putting in after-tax dollars, all right? So that it's going to grow tax-free. Okay, and when you take the distributions out, you're going to be able to take that out tax-free as well, right? That's when you're taking out the principal, right? That's going to be tax-free, and then anything that's gained, when you're taking out the gains, the actual gains, that's going to be taxable, right? But it's more tax-free, right? But see, here's the bad thing about it, right? Here's the limitation, of course. The IRS doesn't want to give you too much of a good thing, right? Right? There's got to be a catch. Okay, so the catch is that, of course, hey, it's still there until you're 59 and a half, right? And you've got the ups and downs of the stock market again, And you have right now a limit of $6,000 that you can put in there per year, right? And then I think if like you're in your 50s, 55, you have this catch-up period where you can put like 7,000, something like that, right? I don't know, don't quote me on the exact number, right? But you can put in more, right, if you started it in your later years, right? So there's those limitations, of course. Again, you can't have too much of a good thing with the government, right? So what's the other product in here, right, that you can have in here and that actually gives you the most bang for your buck, right? Cash value life insurance, right? Cash value life insurance. So if you have that kind of policy, whether it be whole life or an IUL or just a universal life, right? You know, your money is going to be growing tax-free, right? You're putting in after-tax dollars into that life insurance policy, okay? And then it's going to grow again. It's going to grow tax-free. It's going to have those gains, right? Now, how do you take this money out tax-free? All right, so when you take out policy loans, right, you take out policy loans, you're getting your money tax-free. So you can take out more than the principal as a loan, right, and use your money as collateral, okay? And you're not going to have to pay any taxes, right? Of course, there's going to be interest and stuff like that, but hey, I'm going to save that for another video, or you can go watch some of Doug Andrews' videos, right? He explains stuff like the IUL very, very well. Okay, I'll eventually make my own, but hey, you know, you're going to be able to get it tax-free, access that money in that way, and then plus, you know, what other benefits you have? A death benefit and the living benefits, right? So that brings me to my next topic of conversation here with these tax buckets, right? So what are two things that you want to be able to actually, let's just say, yeah, two things, right? What are two things you want to avoid so that you can keep more of your money, right? So the taxes, of course, that's where the tax-free bucket comes in. That's why you want to be able to put, you want to put more of your money in there, right? In my opinion, my professional opinion, right? Because hey, this is what a lot of the wealthy do. Okay, from my research and my studies, that's what a lot of the wealthy do, and that's what a lot of the wealthy families have been doing for generations, right? As well as companies and banks. Yeah, okay. So the other thing you want to avoid, of course, is losses, right? You want to avoid losses. Now, where are these losses in these policies, right? So one, in tax bucket number one, when you're just putting your money in the savings account, you know, you're having losses due to inflation, right? You're getting like what, 1%, right? Less than that in your bank account, okay? Even high yield, you know, these quote unquote high yield savings accounts are barely making up for that, right? So if cost of living is going up, prices of everything is going up, you know, that money that you have in your savings account is buying a lot less, okay? Another form of losses, especially in these tax deferred accounts, right, is your fees, right? Your fees. Man, so many people just don't go through their, you know, their terms, conditions, all that stuff, and don't realize how much fees is in there, and they're getting told that, oh, there's no fees in these accounts, right? But you know, there's plenty of hidden fees still in there, factored into there, right? And you're paying, right? Whether you win or lose, you're paying fees, okay? Now, are there fees in your cash value life insurance policy? Yes, because you're paying for life insurance, right? And that's what you're getting. Okay, that's what you're getting, right? Don't look at the fact that, you know, you're paying fees, but what are you getting for those fees? What are you getting for your 401, the fees that you pay for on your 401k, 403b, whatever, right? What are those fees going towards? Somebody's just getting paid for it, right? The company, right? But when you're paying for fees for life insurance, you're getting life insurance, right? What are you getting for? You're getting a death benefit and then the living benefits too if you have that type of life insurance, right? When you talk to a life insurance agent, right? Like someone like myself that's licensed, he, you know, should, hopefully, he's got a carrier that gives those living benefits, all right? So that's what you're getting with those fees, right? Is that not a bad trade-off, right? Now, along with those losses, right? With those losses, when you have your money in the stock market, your 401k, whatever, right? When there's a bad year, right, and you had losses, you know, total actual losses, it was like whatever, 10%, right? You had 10% in losses. What do you need to make the next year in order to regain those losses? It's not just 10%, right? So say, for example, you had $100,000 in an account and you lost 10% one year. Right now you have 90, but you gained 10%. What do you have? 10% of 90,000 is 9,000. So now you have 99,000, right? You didn't gain that other 1,000. So you need a higher gain, right? Gain percentage in order to recoup your losses. So you actually need 12% to get back to 100,000, right? Can you imagine that? You just had a year of losses and then you had a year of gains that needed to be at least 12% so that you can recoup those losses. So now you just had 2 years of not making any money, right? Same thing. If you lost 50%, what do you need? It's not 50%. You need 100% in gains the next year in order to recoup those losses. Again, 2 years lost, right? And again, what's the third thing you're losing there? Time, right? And you just cannot get that back. Okay, you lost time. Hey, you just lost 2 years worth that you could have been making money safely, right? You could have been making money safely in that cash value life insurance in which your principal in gains was guaranteed at a 0% floor, so you're guaranteed to never lose anything, right? So other than paying for those fees, which you're getting such a valuable product with it. Okay, so right, so those are the three tax buckets there, right? If you guys liked this video, if you guys thought it was valuable information, all right, please don't hesitate to subscribe and give this video a like. Comment, let me know, critique how I did. I know I like to stutter and I stumble and whatever. I'm not super smooth with this stuff, right? And I'm not super great at editing. Maybe one day I'm gonna edit, give this off to an editor or something. But hey, whatever. I put in some effort, man. I'm trying to give you guys some great value here, right? If you guys want to know more of this stuff in depth, right? Leave a comment. Let me know, and then maybe I'll put down I'll make a video that's more in depth for whatever certain topic you guys want, right? But yeah. So I appreciate you sticking to the end of this video and watching, right? And don't forget, hit that subscribe, hit that like, share this video, comment in this video, right? And then I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. You know, I noticed I like to throw my hands a lot and do a lot of friggin' chief hands, knife hands, you know? I was in the Navy, so I'm always doing that, right? And also, I'm Asian, so quite chop. So yeah, but yeah. Just wanted to put that out there, you know. I feel like I always got to do something with it, right? But maybe I should I guess I need to work on doing different movements, right? You know, the rolling fist, doing like this, doing like that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Give me your suggestions on what I should do with my hands next time, right? Which way should I move them, right? Make sure I'm flipping them or something, you know. But yeah, maybe I should hold something next time, like a pen, right? I don't know. Whatever. I'm rambling on again.